observing, documenting, and assessing to support young children and families. Knowledge learning targets. Knowledge targets represent the functional, the information, procedural knowledge, and conceptual understanding that underpin each discipline or content area. 1. Provide an activity to the student showing the student an example of what the lesson is of the week. Number 2. Recognizing, writing, and picking out the letters of the alphabet. Number 3. Write the letter A of the alphabet on chart paper and let the students write the next letter that follows. Number 4. Have the students pick out the letters of the alphabet that spells their name. Number 5. Acknowledge how many of the letters of the alphabet that the students can write and know without any assistance. Learning targets. Reasoning learning targets. Reasoning learning targets predict, interfere, summarize, compare, analyze, and classify. Reasoning targets specify thought process students must learn to do well. Number 1. Give students a letter of the alphabet and ask them to think of and say to the class a word that starts with the letter. Number 2. Individually let the students go around the room and collect an item that begins with the letter from the alphabet they are given. Number 3. Provide different letters to the students to form words, then have them pronounce the words as they write them. Provide a group of different magnetic letters and a board to assist the students in forming words starting with their name. Number 4. Introduce the alphabet and all the letters in a group using the smartboard to let the students fill in the blanks to form 2- and 3-letter words, allowing students to form as many words as they can from the letters presented. Number 5. Comparing the number of letters they use to form the words, counting them, adding them, and subtracting letters all along the task. I can use my letter sounds to read new words. I can listen to a story all the way through. Skill learning targets. Skill learning targets demonstrate, pronounce, perform. Skill targets are those where a demonstration or a physically skilled base are used to help with form words. 1. Place alphabet cards around the room to let the students walk around the room and pick out a letter and say a word that starts with that letter. Number 2. On the circle rug, have the students go to the letter on the rug that the teacher asked them to go to. See if they can recognize the letter that the teacher asked them to go to. Number 3. At the table, have the students roll the alphabet cube and they will match the letters to the ones on the board. One is lowercase and one is uppercase. Number 4. Print words out and place them on the table and ask the students to count the letters in the words and write them on a piece of paper, comparing how many letters are in words. I will put 5 different words on the table for them to count and the letters, and they can calculate and count together. Number 5. Have the students tell the other students how many letters are in their word, how many they have counted and how many they have calculated and added to their paper. Allow the students to acknowledge how many letters of the alphabet that they know from the words, how many different letters are in the word. Product learning targets. Product learning target is a specification of quality of the product itself or the focus of the teaching and assessing. 1. Make an alphabet book with different letters of the alphabet. Let the students write the alphabet letter and a picture or a word starting with a letter. Number 2, have the students make an alphabet line writing in a line and in order the alphabet on a cardstock line as far as they can write. Number 3, have the students write their alphabet using the lowercase and uppercase letters. Number 4, make a blind bag for the students to grab a letter out of and let the students tell the class what the letter is that they have picked. Number 5, Lay letters in the gymnasium and shout out the letter and see who can find the letter first and who can bring it back to the teacher. Learning templates. The student's goal. The goal of the student is to be tentative and to follow the lead, helping the students to understand what the instructions are and they are presented to them during instruction time. Learning the alphabet and how it will be used and carried out with them through their educational goals. The teacher will provide all materials needed for all the activities and all the instructions and support and help the student to succeed. Student role. The role of the student is to follow directions to participate one-on-one activities with the teacher and the class. The student will also participate in group activities with other students. The student will be introduced to the alphabet and have knowledge of the letters of the alphabet. The student will recognize the alphabet and be able to match upper and lowercase letters. The student will begin to form words with different letters of the alphabet, and the student will have the opportunity to have the teacher say a letter of the alphabet and then go through the room and get an object that begins with that letter. Student audience. The student will be participating fully with other students in the classroom. The student will also be working with the teacher in the classroom on a one-on-one if needed. The student will be working and participating with groups of no more than 5 students. The student will be carrying their knowledge home with them to show their parents what they have learned about the alphabet that week and sharing with their family. Student procedures. Student will absorb and recognize the letters of the alphabet. The student will write the alphabet to their best knowledge. The student will match their letters to different looking letters using upper and lowercase letters. The student will work to compare the letters with words around the room. The student will walk around the room looking at all the different objects in the room and compare them to the letters they have studied during the week. Student product and performance. The student will make a book of the alphabet that they have learned during the week. The student will form and make words from the letters that they have become familiar with during this week's study. The students will match the letters that they have learned and make different names and different words that they can use to use these letters. The student will introduce to the class the book that they have made. The student will take their work with them home and show them to the parents what they have completed and what they know about the alphabet. Assessment critique summary is the summary that we use to show the different targets that the children have made throughout this weekly plan. Student rubric. This is the rubric that I have made giving outline of the assignment. Each part in the assignment has points. If you reach each goal of the assignment, you will get up to 5 points per section of the rubric. At the end of it, you get 20 points. There is a link attached for you to see the one I have created. This is the reference page. These are all the resources and references that I have used to make my PowerPoint and cited throughout the PowerPoint.